Hard Mission Monday update. You are in the right place at the right time because you have no idea what's in store tonight. There's a lot going on. It's the holiday time. You know, you got to have some fun with it, right? We got some great guests joining us. And as always, we do have our president and founder joining us first thing here to give us the updates because this is Mission Monday Update. We're here every Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Central because you want to know what's going on here. And we're here to tell you because there's no big secrets here. We're all about sharing what the mission is doing, what's the latest and greatest updates. And we're going to hear it directly from Brian himself. Brian Gibson is in the house. Come on in. How are you today?
Still a little chilly, but working on it. Saturday was an outstanding day. I got to do a big shout out to Hooks Events here in Paducah, Kentucky for letting us set up at the Christmas Carnival. We met some really good people, talked to a couple veterans. It's in God's hands now if they're going to join us on our fellowship breakfast. But again, it took Hooks Events to say, here's a spot you can have at no charge.
That's huge. That was a blessing.
That was a big blessing. $8 in donations were received. No argument.
$8 is $8.
$8 is $8. The only down thing that I have to report from that day, because I told you, if I don't get volunteers, it's going to happen. I was there all alone, all day. I know if you were closer, you would have been there, but this is where volunteers make things happen. Really don't think because we're not close to you that you can't help.
Right.
All right. In fact, I am so behind the curve today.
We know he's got some slides with information, which always helps when you get those visuals to really get those updates. It's coming.
Let me see if I can make it work.
That.
All right, put us up. There you go. Oh, great. What does it say there? Move mountains in one day, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here is the next time we need volunteers is this Saturday. This Saturday, the third Saturday of every month, the Die Hard Drive. Okay. 189 Haven of Love Drive, Makanda, Illinois. If you are able to make it, come and see God's plan. That's the first thing I ask everybody. You want to know what's going on in the mission? Well, come ask a question.
Show up. Be there. It's so easy. And you know how much fun you're going to have? Get on out there and do some good.
And it's not a matter of the work that needs to be done this time of year. You know, look, it's December. January is right around the corner. Look, folks, come and see what we're doing so we can make 2026 the year Fob Rush opens. See?
Yes.
All right. Ain't that a pretty mug?
I like it.
Fellowship Friday. That's the thing. That's the mug that we want to give veterans. So can you read the little red letters? What does it say?
I like it. It says, it's okay to struggle, but stay in the fight. We've got your 6. Hashtag check your vet.
Mm-hmm. Think about it. A veteran comes to the Fellowship Friday, we can put their name on that mug. That gives them a reason to what?
Come on back.
Come on back. And that's the whole reason this mission exists, to encourage veterans to have hope and make it one more day.
I love it.
Oh, check this out. Please understand. Please understand. All praise and glory goes to God for our blessings. So you get to read the underneath. What does that say?
Susan at projectdiehard.org. That's me. We'll answer your questions. If you don't ask, it's an automatic no. So ask.
This slide is the last slide, but this leads into our guest tonight. Okay. I've been touting for the past few weeks, about a month now. If people join our community support program, stop sharing. If people join our community support program, we will help them. We get to help them because of the blessings of others, i.e., On the Mark TV, Nonprofit TV, Easy Way TV, and the Disability Channel even. So, look, folks, I'm going to take a back seat here during this thing because I got 2 people in the wings that Susan has known for a little bit, and I'm going to let them explain that when you make the cut onto our team, this is what we're going to do to help you. So, Sue, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Excellent. Well, I know On the Mark TV has been a big piece of what we've been working with for a while here. And I know Mark was in the wings just a moment ago. He must have had a phone glitch happening, but I'm assuming he will be hopping right back in here. And there he is. So Mark Balin is the Mark behind On the Mark TV. And I know we have a second guest joining us as well, but I think first up, I'm going to bring Mark in to remind us who this great guy is. He's an ambassador here as well. And we have Maureen joining us, but I'm going to let Mark do that introduction because he will be able to do much more justice to all the amazing contributions she's making as well. So Mark, come on in and say hello. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mark Balin, CEO of On the Mark. That's MARC TV. Thank you for having me. Brian, Sue, it's always a pleasure to be here with PDH, Project Die Hard. God bless our veterans. God bless the USA.
Awesome. So remind us a little bit more here On the Mark TV. What is it that you have going on? And then if you could be so kind as to bring in our other guest.
Well, the other guest is going to be Maureen Cooper, and I have to give her props before I even talk about myself, because if there wasn't a Maureen Cooper and a Kurt Roscoff, there would be no On the Mark TV. Luckily, Kurt Roscoff, the other half of this Sue Roscoff combination, is I call him the beacon of light. And what happened was I got lucky enough to meet him online, and we met each other before. But then when I went online, I met Mr. Roscoff, and he introduced me to a gentleman named Robert Butwin, who introduced me to Eric Zuli. And then they introduced me to Orange Swami, the cowboy, and then introduced me to Maureen Cooper. And on that day, it changed my life because I found out that those two didn't like each other very much at the time. So I brought back the mission. I found the mission just like Brian does, and the mission was to bring back the greatest people in television, and that was Maureen Cooper, the content queen, and Eric Zulli, the hype, the man behind the Easy Way. So I connected them two, and the collaboration was born. We brought in Anthony Sardelli. So Maureen Cooper is what I call the godmother of streaming television. She has been buying content for the past 25 years, since 1996 or longer. She helped build Roku. She helped build hundreds of channels. She created content for HBO for many years, and Showtime, and everywhere you think of. And but the biggest thing she's done is she helped channels that had no content and made them visible, made them matter. Okay. And one of the channels she helped build was Whale TV, who's 400 brands of television, and she helped build many channels. And because of that, that gives the opportunity of On the Mark TV to be on all those networks. So right now, On the Mark TV, because of Maureen Cooper, is now streaming amongst 500 million devices across the globe, including Roku, which I've now become number one because of Maureen, because of her content. We're able to, now she built my channel. And for the first time in 25 years, I am the number one channel on Roku, and recognizes that. And now I'm also with Streaming Pulse. I'm with Whale TV. And now she just put me on a channel called Aria, which is 263 million people in Nigeria. We're on 400 brands of television across 4 continents. We're on African in Francophones, and most people don't even know what those are, but it's how most of the African countries get internet. And I'm on those channels. I'm on those too. So it gives me the opportunity to spread the word, spread the mission, and share what Brian Gibson is doing here, and not only what Brian does, but Project Die Hard, and also the Disability Channel, and also the other people that we partner with. So without further ado, let me bring the godmother of streaming television, the one, the only, Miss Maureen Cooper.
Excellent.
Well, hello. I don't think my camera's working, but
yeah, sure. I call you the godmother of streaming television. You can't even use your camera.
that's me. Well, this is a different platform, my friend.
I know it's brand new. You just have to click the little icon.
This little icon, clicky.
That looks like a camera. That looks like a video recorder.
Nothing's happening. Click, 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 click. Okay.
It's all good.
Well, let me tell you something about Maureen before she even gets on here. So Maureen, when she was younger, she had a disease, a disability, all right, that caused her not to start school till she was in the 4th grade. And then later on, through resilience and strength, she became a bodybuilder and a statewide championship in bodybuilding. She also graduated from Boise State and became very successful. And she worked in New York and all over, lived in Idaho, different places, born and raised in Brooklyn. And then one day, when she was about in her probably 50s, she was sitting home, married, and doing things, building television channels with her daughter, Priscilla Holyfield. And one day, her arm stopped working. Then her left arm stopped working. Then her right leg stopped. And she created this disease called GBT. And it's very rare that anybody gets this. And it's complete paralysis. So for 8 years, Maureen was laid up in bed. And she still was able to build television channels, okay? And literally just work on a laptop. So that's why. So she, like, by the grace of God, by God's will, she was able to get some parts of her body back, and now her feet are still paralysis. But then, I mean, she's got, and all that, problems with your body and all the things that your body goes through during all the trauma, she still has issues. And so, it's amazing. And she fell and broke her arm. So she's been building my channel for the last 90 days with basically disabilities and broken arms. So imagine when she gets her cast on December 26th, what's about to happen. So I can tell you for a fact, if this lady can do what she did with one arm, and I'm talking about she programs hundreds of channels. If she can do this with one arm, God, you have no idea what's about to happen when she has 2.
Wow, Mark. Thank you so much. That was I mean, I feel like I really fit in with this name, Die Hard.
Yeah, well, stick around, okay, kid?
I have a great passion for what this is about. First, I'll kind of explain the passion of what we're doing now and why fast channels people are streaming channels. They're they were doing great. They had a large playing field and there was plenty of growth space. But then the conglomerates trying to catch up, with like Netflix and Disney and Hulu, and you can't compete with them. And when they finally, realize that this streaming business is, where it's at, um, the growth space got smaller. However, with fast channels, which are what are they defined as? Just channels that are ad based. They're streaming. They're um, potentially, for people that like linear and they like to choose, because fast channels make it easier when you're giving them the program schedule. You make out the schedule, you make the decisions, so they can just kind of relax, turn on the channel. And if you don't have a lot of ads that are just, interrupting all the time, it's really a decent, atmosphere. And with that, performing in that sense, because you're not greedy, you're not saying, well, this is $24 to watch our channel, and you get this, this, and that. We offer, like Mark, he has, his Roku app, which is, available to whatever, it's like 87 million subscribers now. And he offers, like 100 movies, 10 different genres if they want to choose something, just like Netflix. And then, if a movie's not being viewed or something, we just switch it out. And then we have the linear channels, not really niche, but network prime time. You have family, you have the kids, you have some action urban, and then you have sports and specialty stuff like Marks. And that gives them, a very a good feeling that they'll come back, and they'll keep coming back because you don't count the downloads, you count the visibility hours, because that's what really, you want to, if you don't get your message out, then the advertisers don't get their message out either. So that's why having a large library um, really helps, because you can reuse these over and over again as long as you keep them rotating, refreshing them, and providing something that people like to watch. And it just that's kind of it. It's not, we didn't really create something like invent the wheel. We just had a good timing with it because we were preparing for something that we didn't really know was going to happen, and we just kept going along and building this acquisition of an independent library. And then we created relationships that for long term, and relationships that had large distribution, that had potential to be global leaders, but we gave without asking, without, and it was reciprocal. It became a reciprocal, good relationships. And building those kind of affiliates and relationships, and it took like 9 years to figure it out. Then it took 10 years to build it up. So it's just not an overnight thing for sure. However, Mark, our, walking billboard, it's like, you always need some promotion so people know what's happening. and he
Wait,
just,
I thought I was shy. I thought I don't talk to anyone.
oh my gosh, I don't know anybody that you don't know. I mean, it's, you know, it's funny because, even, my son-in-law says, my gosh, this guy remembers every single thing he's ever done or seen. And he's like, has this retention of memory that, I said, I know. It's incredible. He told me he had a photographic memory, and I was like, well, I don't believe that, at first, but, now I believe it.
But I do want to say something. So what happened was, right, when I was a young person, I was always a big fan of the originally the WWF, the World Wide Wrestling Federation with the fans. I was always a big fan of wrestling, a huge fan. So when I got my television channel, the one thing I had to have on it was wrestling. And I can't go out and say, hey, SmackDown, or say WWE or AEW or anybody else. What can I just be your wrestling? And because I didn't have the $1 million to promote the thing for them and do that. So I had to go find an independent. So I went on online, and I spent time, and I searched down a lot of independents. And I was lucky enough to find a gentleman, and I have to praise him, and I'm wearing his hat. His name is Lenny Pinaro, and Lenny comes out of Binghamton, New York, and his son Jay, and Dan Cole, and people like that. And Dan started out with ECW, and Lenny started out doing Chippendales and a bunch of other stuff, and still does, and a lot of promotions. And Lenny's a promoter. He did Club MT back in the 90s. And luckily, I ran into Lenny, and I called him on the phone, and he said, you know what, Mark? And we hit it off. And he goes, you know what, Mark? Just by luck, back in April, I'm going to be in Phoenix. So I said, oh, my God. So he showed up, and he brought me to the event. And it was awesome. It was just amazing. The little midget wrestlers are just phenomenal. It's called Little Mania Midget Wrestling All-Stars. It was originally owned by Hulk Hogan and Johnny Green back in the day, and then Hulk Hogan, got too busy, and then Johnny Green passed away. So Lenny took over and promotes the thing, and they go about 350 cities a year. So if you're look on their schedule, Little Mania Midget Wrestling All Stars, and go watch them. It's incredible. They're going to be back in Phoenix in April, and so Lenny gave me the opportunity to put that midget wrestling on my channel, and that created a buzz. And it's on Facebook, it's on everywhere, and that created a huge buzz. I know that Mr. Brian Gibson can confess with me that he saw midget wrestling up in Lexington, Kentucky, and it's extremely entertaining. It's a lot of fun. It's different than the WWE. It's not as scripted. It is scripted, but it's different because they're so cute. They're only 4 feet tall, and they're literally only 4 feet tall, like seriously. And some are smaller, and they're just amazing. And I love them all. Little Jay, Little Lieutenant Dan, Mike Ozuna, Tyson Phoenix. I love them all. They'll be back in Phoenix. I still talk to them every day. I talk to everybody. And those guys, not only did they let me have their midget wrestling, but they promote me along. Every time they promote something, they put me along with it. So that was huge. And they're give back guys, and they do a lot of things for a lot of people. And this year coming up, it'll be incredible. And Maureen has now I not only midget wrestling. I've had MMA boxing. I've had bare knuckle. I have MMA boxing. I've had bare knuckle fighting. I have hunting from Idaho. I have fishing. I have woodworking. She puts drag racing on. I have Eddie Hill. I also have Big Daddy Don Garlitz on my channel. Like, yikes, that's a big name, right? Big Daddy Don Garlitz is on the Mark TV. And then she puts on a thing called India Way, which is the #1 channel in India. And I have all that Bollywood stuff. And then she puts on Sidewalks Entertainment, which is all like ET. So I got John Cena. I have Remembering Hulk Hogan. So my content is a beast. I mean, that's why the channel does so well, because content is king. So it's a channel that you want to watch. So it's a channel that's special. And it's also veteran owned. So that's why I'm here with Brian Gibson. I'm here with PDH. I'm here with Project Die Hard. I joined up with Thomas Long. I joined up with Anthony Sardelli from Nonprofit TV. We have Nonprofit TV. If you're a nonprofit like Brian, just give us a video, give us a QR code, and we'll help raise money for you. That's what we do, all right? You have to understand who the Roscoffs are. You have to understand who Brian Gibson are. You have to understand who Maureen Cooper is. And you have to understand Mark Balin. It's not about the money. It's about the mission. It's all about the mission. The mission is God's will. And when we say God's will, let me explain something to you. We're not cult. It's not about religion. It's about faith. It's about having an inner part of your soul. There's a lot of people that go to church. There's a lot of people who go to temples. A lot of people who go to mosques. but only certain people in this world have this inner soul that comes from inside their heart and soul that is called give back. All right, you can go to church, God bless you. You can praise Jesus, God bless you. You can praise God, praise Allah, praise everybody. But it's that give back. It's that 24-hour sense that you want to, that it's not all about you. It's not about how much money you have in your banking. It's how much you can give back. All right, Brian Dentz has dedicated multiple years of his life doing this. When he says he only got an $8 donation, he's not kidding. And I want to tell you people that when you turn around and give it to all these organizations, this man spends 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, helping people, veterans that make everything possible, veterans that make every single thing you do possible. All right, everything you do possible. And the thing is, if you don't help these veterans, these are people that dedicated. Brian put 25 years as a combat medic in the Army. 25 years. The man's only 30. 25 years he put in as a combat veteran. Okay, I mean, seriously. Look at him. He's only 18 years old. Look at him. Hey, look at him. I mean, seriously. I mean, look what 25 years in the Army does to you. Okay, I'm being. It's the wear and tear that it puts on your body, your mind, and your soul. Is, I mean, think about what you watch on TV and go, ooh, you know, when you see blood. Brian was taking care of those veterans. I'm not talking about when you watch Platoon. I'm not talking about when you watch Heartbreak Ridge. I'm not talking about when you watch the WW2 on documentaries. He was in the dirt. He was in the mud. He was in the snow. He was in the rain, bringing back these people so they can fight more for you. They don't do it for themselves. If they did it for themselves, they wouldn't even do it. They volunteered. There's no more draft. They volunteered to go and give up their lives, their families, and everything about them to make sure you're okay. So when you're talking about giving money and you're putting money in the drum to save another, person, all right, think about Project Die Hard. Donate to Project Die Hard because, the number is 22. That's why he calls it Project 22, because that used to be the number for suicide veterans. It's not true anymore. It's quadrupled. And that's not a number that happens once a year or once a month. That's every single day. Veterans are committing suicide.
Yeah.
Now, if that doesn't break your heart, I don't know what does.
No, my heart's broken. My ex was a veteran, a Marine, and he had horrible PTSD.
Yep.
And I was with him for almost 14 years, and he committed suicide. So
there you go. That's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. So there it is, people. Firsthand.
Well, look, guys, girls, Mark knows this. We've had long talks. I don't do this for fame. I don't do this for fortune. I do this because it needs to be done. His generosity, Maureen's generosity, has given Project Die Hard the opportunity to help those who help us. That's a blessing. Okay, our community support program. Ministry partners are the first partners we look for. Resource partners are the second. Outreach partners, the third. Notice the wordage there, partners. Those are partners. We all grow together.
Why do you think I'm wearing so many hats? Because I have so many partners. I wore this. I have an On the Mark TV hat. Okay. I have an On the Mark TV hat. Okay. I have a hashtag Easy Way News National Social Media Awards hat. I have an On the Mark TV nonprofit TV hat. And then I'm also wearing my Little Mania Wrestling hat. So I partner with a lot of people, guys. So if I can do that, why can't you? So why don't you reach out and partner with Project Die Hard? Okay. And look, you have no idea. You really, and Maureen knows firsthand what happens, and you have to understand that what these veterans truly go through. I mean, at Christmas, veterans don't deserve 1 day a year. veterans don't even deserve 365 days a year. Veterans deserve everything you got, because I promise you from the bottom of my heart and soul, go to a place that does have veterans that don't protect their country. I'm not going to hurt people's feelings, but go to Ukraine and see the damage. All right, go to places that have seen the damage. Hey, I'm going to say something right now from the bottom of my heart. All right, today it's Hanukkah. I'm Jewish. All right, it's 2% of the world get 55% of the hate. All right, and I don't really want to bring up religion here, but there was people today in Austria that like shot up a Hanukkah celebration. Like, I don't get it. Like, how do you do that? Now, I mean, but here's the good thing. Like, because of our first defense, because of our people, our first responders, because of people like that get caught and get punished. Not enough. Trust me, not enough. But support the world. I mean, today is Hanukkah. We're 10 days from Christmas, guys. We're 10 days from Christmas. Today is Hanukkah. We're 10 days from Christmas. If you're not giving now, why not? This is when you give. This is when you shouldn't be giving. There shouldn't be a 1 day of giving. There should be 365 days of giving. If you got money, you know, the Mormons ask you for 10% of your tidings. Okay, and there's a reason. All right, because they build churches, they build things for support. The Jewish people, you have donate money for holidays. The Catholics have the little basket they shoot around. Right, you give to church, you give to temple, you give to that thing, you give it to every day. But just remember, no veterans, no church, no veterans, no temple, no veterans, no mosque. They don't exist. They be in rubble.
And again, folks, I got to back that up. Look, I have never taken a dime from this mission.
Quite the opposite.
He comes out of pocket. He comes out of pocket. His family suffers because he comes out of his pocket to do this. What we want to do is we want to build facilities in every city. And the reason these facilities, the first one will be in Illinois. And it's because these veterans that are in Kentucky and places like that live up in the mountains because they don't even want to be on the grid because they're not treated right. They come off the mountain and guess what? They're attacked. They're talked to. They're looked at like they're homeless, like they're bums, like they're nobodies. And the reason they're not bums, they're not nobodies. They don't even know where they're at. There are days when veterans wake up and don't even know what day it is, what day of the month it is, what day of the year it is. They have no clue. They're not homeless. They're not bums. They don't know because the PTSD and the OCD and everything else and all the other problems they have has affected their brain.
Yes.
It's not. They're not walking up to you and asking you for a quarter because they don't even know who they're asking. They're hungry. They get checks. But if you think our government is paying our veterans the right way, try getting unemployment, try getting state benefits, try getting, we probably have the worst system of how we take care of our people. We do. We charge the most taxes and we give back the least. That's another subject.
Making me cry.
That's another subject. That government. I'm going to do everything in my power to, fix that. And we're not against the government. We fought for the government. I was a Navy veteran. Brian's a veteran. Maureen's husband was a veteran. My father was a Navy veteran in 1944. I was a Navy veteran in 1979. Okay, my Navy career was nothing that I could brag about because I got, I didn't know any better. You know what I mean? I just said, yeah, sure. I volunteered and said, sure. I always thought I was just creating a legacy because my dad did it, so I did it. But once I got in, I saw what was going on. I can't tell you how many times I went overseas and got spit on. I can't even tell you. Every time I put on my Cracker Jacks, I got spit on every single time in every single country.
Wow.
So, and I'm telling you, in 1979, there was a lot of ignorance. And you know what? It hasn't gotten better.
Well, I'm going to flip back to something you brought up earlier, actually. I know one of the things that you do a lot with is the Little Mania Wrestling. Brian,
yes,
you want to mention that there's an event coming up in the area there near where Fob Rush is.
Yeah. Little Mania Wrestling is coming to Murfreesboro, Illinois, January 10th at the Southpaw Bar and Grill.
And this time, and I promise from the bottom of my heart, okay, you were going to be VIP. I guarantee it. Because last time it was all a little transition, but now the gentleman that takes care of it got married this past weekend. So Jay Panaro, congratulations on your wedding. He's now going to be moving to Florida, so he's a little bit closer. And I promise that you will be treated like a VIP, because here I am wearing a little mini wrestling hat, because you deserve it.
Brother. They treated me fine. Okay.
I know, but we want to treat you better.
Well, I want to shout out Southpaw Bar and Grill.
Woo.
Because they're holding the master can to build Die Hard 1, the motorcycle build that will be featured on the Mark TV, showing veterans learning a skill. And then it gets toured, and then it gets raffled, all going back to build more facilities.
Wow.
Again, folks, if you don't volunteer, we can't do this stuff. If you don't donate, we can't do this stuff.
So that, again, I'm going to say it one more time here. January 10th. That's coming up pretty quick. It's less than a month out. Make plans to be there. You get to see Little Mania Wrestling in person and at a location that is supporting Project Die Hard. So Southpaw Bar and Grill in Murfreesboro, Illinois. That is the place to be on January 10th.
Hey, you know what? Come down on the 8th, and on the 9th, I'll give you a tour of the FOB so you can see what you're helping to build.
And understand, when he does this, I mean, you're talking about usually between 2,500 and 3,500 people, whatever the capacity is of Southpaw, that's how many people will be there. I promise. Little Mania has sold out over 300 shows through this year, and they don't take many days off. They have sold out just about every single show they do. And, we put out a little collection box or whatever we have to put out, and maybe do a little raffle or something, anything that Brian can come up with to do a 50-50 or something like that during the event to raise money for Project Die Hard. So, I can get Lenny, like I was just texting him just now, and I can get Lenny to chip in on that. I can get Jay to chip on that. I'll ask the wrestlers personally for favors, ask them to help, ask them to reach out. I guarantee that at least out of all the wrestlers that show up, at least 15, 20 of them, that at least half of them have some kind of veteran connection. I guarantee it. Now,
again, brother, it will be what God deems it to be. Okay? I just look at it this way. They're coming to Illinois.
That's where my beloved was from, Illinois.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's what I really think Project Die Hard is good at doing is he had no idea that he had benefits at all. And he was, his last call was to me and asked me, can you help me find, I need some health benefits. I can't figure out these forms online, and I just really need some help. I said, sure, first thing in the morning, let's, attack it. And he said, I just want you to know that you're my heart. I love you. And it was so tragic that it wasn't like, I'll just overdose on drugs or something. He took a steak knife and sliced up, both arms and laid in a bathtub so as not to ruin anything. And he had no idea. He never took a veteran benefit ever because he didn't know. I wasn't really, into that realm. I didn't know either. So it's sad. They just don't know. If we don't get the message out there,
Maureen, I feel that. I hear that story all the time. This is why I have to bring up one of our resource partners, Kentucky Legal Aid.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a veteran out there that needs help fighting the system, that's what they're bringing to my mission. That's what they bring to my mission. Again, I'm just one guy doing my best. Okay. When we all work together, bigger things happen. I'll speak of the person who does the teamwork thing.
Teamwork definitely makes the dream work. And I don't know if he was ready for me to pop him in here, but I figured, oh, actually.
Well, hi,
Boy
Susan.
named Sue. Yeah. I think I brought him in a little hastily there, but that's all right. Kurt, you want to come on in and say hi? I will help with the name on there to make it be that it's truly you. How you doing?
Doing good. Doing good. Thank you.
Wow, two Sues are better than one,
There you go.
or maybe
There
two
we
Sues
go.
are better. Two Sues are better than one Kurt. I don't know. Never mind.
I'm just going. Was it Johnny Cash? Was it the boy named
Boy named
Sue?
Sue. Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, hey, another nickname. Yeah, Kurt. We're gonna put you in the Guinness Book of World Records for most nicknames.
I have a job from Mark. Mark, if you
What?
can create a perfect banner for this event that we could rebroadcast or broadcast live, with however we're going to do it, because
Yes,
we
ma'am.
do have a live channel.
This is live. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
we can rebroadcast it, all week long, twice a week.
Yes, ma'am. And we're gonna put it on every single channel. We're gonna put it on we're gonna put it on nonprofit TV. I'm gonna put it on Easy Way TV. I'm gonna put it on the Mark TV. We're gonna put it on all our affiliate channels. We're gonna restream it across everywhere. We're gonna get the world to know Project Die Hard needs your help.
Well, Whale told me if we have a banner, we're allowed 2 banners per channel. So if you can make we need the greatest banner that will attract these people. They will put the banner on every home page of their device, their mobile.
I should put that on. I should put that on. I should put that on Sarah because she says. Well, I should put that on. Yeah, I should put that on Sarah because she says my AI is. Never mind.
I got it, Maureen. He will have it. I see this. Let's push Little Mania coming to Murfreesboro.
Yeah, that's what will attract them.
Yeah.
And then they'll click on that banner like they do on Roku when they run the banner, this big movie. But ours is free. So we're Fast Channel. We're free. Yep. Oh, that's what the F is for. Free ad-supported, television. That's what
Yes,
Fast.
ma'am.
Thank you. My brain was not working back then. So, yes, if we could do that, those banners, the quicker we get them out, I'll give them to the IT at Whale, and we can get them up, Mark. And you know how many homes he'll go in? They're in over 400 manufactured TVs globally. So we could really push this. And they're, like Mark said, they are fantastic. I've watched a lot of wrestling, and oh my gosh, I watched lingerie fighting championships that my investor paid 50 grand, an episode for. That was so stupid and silly, where I couldn't even watch it. They pretend like they slapped themselves in the face and everything. It's like, it's horrible. But midget wrestling, I had the pleasure of licensing a few shows from them a couple of years ago, and I was so impressed because they are professional. I mean, they really wrestle. It's not a joke, and so it's entertaining because they're personable and they're cute and I wouldn't mess with them, That would be a great thing to promote.
So, Brian, you actually were at one of the wrestling events. Was that a couple months ago already? What was your impression of the event? What was your favorite part of what was going on there?
I just love the energy of it.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. And well, I gotta revert back to a couple months on that. Look, guys, girls, I loved the emails accusing me of whatever you were trying to accuse me of. But those wrestlers do that because that's what they want to do. No one's forcing them to do it.
Right. That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
They're crazy.
They're great people.
Well, the best part about them guys is you have to understand they're first of all being a little person, all right, being a little person in general is not easy to do. So these guys travel to 350 cities a year, and they stay in hotels, they stay in places they can't reach the sink, they can't reach the shower. I mean, they go to places they can't. You know, they walk in and you know they're jumping up on the ring. They're only 4 feet tall. They literally are, and even though they're incredible athletes and incredible shape and incredibly strong, it's not an easy life. I mean, if you ask any wrestler, I mean, we talk about suicide amongst veterans. Let's talk about suicide amongst professional athletes and especially amongst professional wrestlers. The pain that you see, what people understand is the thing about veterans and the thing about wrestlers and the thing about athletes is it's they've already dedicated their lives. They understand what they're doing. They did it on purpose. They dedicated their lives to become these things. Veterans, they became athletes. You know, people like that entertain us, all right, and protect us. But what they get out of it is pain, tremendous amount of pain. They can't walk. They can't lift their legs. They're basically like Maureen said, like when she was paralyzed. I mean, they're in such pain 24 hours a day. And Maureen can attest to that because she's never not in pain. So it's all about the pain. And that's why professional wrestlers, athletes, junior seiyao, CTE. CTE is a real thing. Concussions are a real thing. So that's what happens to these military guys. They get the syndromes, they get concussions, they get PTSD. Those are real. Professional. We lose heroes every single day to this. So it's not about it's yeah, they fight the war and they protect us, but it's mostly about the pain. And that's what drives them to get to the point where they give up.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to prevent. We want that pain. We want to have the right facilities and the right hospitals and the right VAs and the right funding to help these people deal with the pain.
A phone number. My guy just wanted a phone number to call, who to call. And, you know, I was going to do it in the morning. I didn't realize, you know, I didn't know.
Well, blessing on that. Now we have a number. It's called 988, and then they press 1.
Wow. That's tight.
Yeah, that's good. 981. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 988, then they press 1. That goes to the National Veteran Hotline.
And of course, we need to hear from Mr. Kurt Roscoe at the Beacon of Light, who brought me to Brian, who brought me to Maureen, who brought me to everybody. And the reason On the Mark TV is going to become the most successful television network ever
on the planet.
I'm going beyond the planets. I'm going to be the number one channel on Pluto.
Right.
Here's the thing: when they build satellites, when they build colonies up on Mars, they're going to be watching On the Mark TV. I'm not going to be global. I'm going to be planetary.
Astronauts have to watch something. Yeah,
that's right. They're going to be watching. Roku's going to be on their spaceships.
Well, and I know we've been talking about Little Mania. I do want to just take a quick moment here and share screens so that you can figure out if you were able to find out more with us here. LittleManiaWrestling.com is where you'll find more information, and it's listed right at the top here, tour dates. So if you click on that and you scroll down, it's all in order here with dates. So you just have to scroll down until you find right here, January 10th, Murfreesboro, Illinois at Southpaw Bar and Grill. Doors open at 7:30 p.m., show at 9 o'clock. And all you have to do is tap here for tickets. It does
Wow.
say ages 19 and over, so that is something where I'm assuming it's because it's at a bar that is
It's in a
part of
bar.
the
It probably
age
says 20.
restriction there.
Well, what's a drinking age in Illinois?
21.
Then it's 21 and
Oh.
older.
No,
Oh,
it's
how about-
19.
it's because the event is in the back room. It's not actually in the bar.
Okay.
So that's where you can go get those tickets and get your spot now, because that is a location again that supports Project Die Hard. They have the can there. Actually, want to mention that one more time with Die Hard 1 and what that is and what they can do with that.
The Die Hard 1 build. There are cans in Western Kentucky, Southern Illinois. They're orange. I don't have one here with me because they're all out, but you go and donate, and when we raise those funds, that's going to build a motorcycle that's going to be toured and then raffled off. You can go to our website and learn about it. That's why you need to like, follow, share our social media, because if you're not telling people about this, you don't know.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. So you don't live near a can. I know it's out there. You can go to any Paducah bank and say Die Hard 1, and they know what to do.
Can you do PayPal?
Unfortunately, we cannot, to the agreement we have with the builder. We cannot use online.
For Die Hard 1, for the motorcycle build.
For the motorcycle.
Okay.
For this motorcycle, we cannot do that.
Okay.
But the wiring instructions we got from Paducah Bank is out there on the net. Mm-hmm. You can look up all that numbering and stuff is right there. Mm-hmm. So you can wire directly to build Die Hard 1.
Okay.
If you want to support the mission in general, let's see, right over here, I've got that QR code. You're always able and welcome to go ahead and scan that code and be included in general in whatever way you would like to support this mission. And if you can't do that right now, where you can scan the code, just go to projectdiehard.org. Super easy to go to the website and be able to set up a donation through there.
Okay.
I went off camera because I was texting Mr. Lenny Pinaro, the owner of Little Mania Midget Wrestling All-Stars, and I was telling him about the January 10th event, Southpaw. I'm giving him plenty of time to realize it. I'm giving plenty of time for the wrestlers to know about it. I told him about Project Die Hard. I told him about suicide prevention. I told him about everything. I told him you're a nonprofit. I told him everything, so that way they'll know what to do come January 10th. And then I'll also text all the wrestlers and everybody else to give you full support of the entire event and really help you try to raise money for this, for your cause, for the mission. And I'm not saying, I apologize, not your cause, for the mission.
Yeah, again, brother, this is, I've already messaged Sarah. She's already working on it. So we'll get something to you in the morning.
Right. And so I want to, and you have endorsed them, you have put them on your flyers, and I'm going to do a bunch of crazy stuff when they get here to Phoenix, because when they get here to Phoenix in April, they're going to be in 5 spots, and I know what I'm going to be doing.
Oh, wow. 5 spots?
Yep. They'll be here 5 days in a row.
Wow.
They're going to be in Phoenix, Tucson, Glendale, everywhere. Yes.
It's incredible. I know we do air in Ohio. Canton, is that close to Dayton?
Not really, but.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
But that's okay. Canton's where the Football Hall of Fame is. So, Kurt, you want to chirp in? I'll take over Sue and let you go. You want to chirp in, Kurt?
Yeah, Kurt, get in here.
Chirp, chirp. So, Mark, what do you want me to chirp about?
Just be the Kurt Roscoff and the beacon of light you are. I'm sure you're not at a loss for words, sir.
Well, we do have our community partner, Community Pay It Forward, and Emily and I helped with a live stream with Santa Papa John, and so we had the final VIP panel discussion and networking with Santa that we did a couple hours ago, and but Santa and Community Pay It Forward are running a 37-hour video live stream, on Christmas Day and into. It's called Miracle of the Season, and so the idea is to have members of family put in videos where they're coming through this program. They're going to be able to, send messages this way. Basically, have other people in their family, other parts of the world, watch the program, and then they will be on there talking to other family in other parts of the world and to share about different holiday traditions, like Hanukkah and whatever else, Kwanzaa.
That'd be
What is
great.
that?
Once they complete that, I hope they make an edit of the highlights, the best of the hours. You know what I mean? Make maybe an hour, a 90-minute reel of all the best things that happened during that event, and then we put it on all the channels.
That'd be amazing. That'd be huge. So.
What kind of
This event today will be my favorite thing that I ever put on a television channel.
What could be a final cut on the hour on the runtime? Would it be a 20? Because it's 20 hours, you said.
37
hours.
Or 37 hours.
Yeah.
And it's Christmas. It's Christmas stuff.
It's throughout the Christmas holiday. So basically, it's a way for anyone who. Anyone can tune in, but I know one of the things in mind is, anyone who's home alone and is looking for connection of some sort. This is there so that you can tune in and participate and be part of that community. It's something that
Maureen, like for Die Hard, I gotta get all spoofied up and do the Die Hard message to the veterans of don't give up, have hope, and that's going to get played during that event.
Yeah.
So, is this going to be? So Maureen doesn't know about. She might have seen him before, but there's a gentleman named Santa Papa John, and he's part of the family. And so, is this his? Is this about him, or is this his gig? Is he the one putting this all together?
Okay. Time out, guys.
No, I'm asking.
Santa Papa John helps the mission.
Correct.
Okay. Can we please have this discussion offline about all the details? Because this is our time to tell veterans, don't give up the fight.
Well, the only reason I'm saying this is because anything that's said on this broadcast right now is going to be heard by millions of people.
Oh, brother, I totally understand.
So I'd like to just have Sue just do a quick plug, which she did a little bit of, but like just a quick plug, of what it is, where people can watch it, and so we can bring more people into the vision, into the mission. Because the more people that see this event, they'll know more about the mission. So Sue, a quick plug.
It's Community Pay It Forward with Zach Clayton. So again, Community Pay It Forward. And with that, I know we're running against the clock here at the end, and we always finish up our Monday mission updates with a word of hope from each of us that are here. I'm going to just send it around the room here to share one final word. Kurt, I'm going to go ahead and pass it your way first.
Yeah, so, I'm attending meetings where, a lot of people are saying, see you next year. And so that's kind of the point on the calendar that we're at, is a lot of people are, getting out of their weekly routines and saying, we'll see you on January 5th and so on and so forth. The work here continues at Project Die Hard all throughout the day, every day. So we know that this is, the tough time of year for you, we're helping someone with an event to theirs this weekend, and just a lot of family gatherings and stuff. Everybody's got their own thing. Some people are isolated. You may be isolated away from any interactions. So, um, you know, so basically, this is a message of hoping that you can be strong, and think of the things that we can celebrate, that you do, what you are, what you've done and what you can be doing. And we always have the offer here at Project Die Hard to come and participate in any sort of way. I offer my phone number, 262-372-1754. Call and text, and email Kurt, K-U-R-T, at projectdiehard.org. And so definitely a day by day thing, and an encouragement to not worry about what other people are doing, and you know um, just kind of hold strong that what you're doing through the day in the moment, that is something that was part of a message over this past weekend with an event, the summit. They were talking about you know build out what you can do in the very moment. We're talking about pain. There may be a lot of pain you're enduring, so it may not be fun to live in the moment. It may be horrible to live in the moment, but the idea is, I like to suggest that whatever is happening, it's preparing you for something that'll come out on the other side. So it's definitely a test of patience. And like I say, go ahead and call the 988 number. Whatever you need, get help from somebody. Let somebody in to talk to, and we are here to be that for you, if that would be the thing. So, Sue, over to you.
Amen.
Excellent. All right. And Brian, I'm going to pass it to you next.
All right, brothers and sisters, look, we're all here for you. You got to be here for us. It's just that simple. The community pay it forward. You want information on that event? Go to our website under resource and click their link. It takes you right to their social media. You see how that works?
Yes.
Go to our website, go to theirs. There's a whole team fighting for you guys, my brothers and sisters. Don't give up. To the civilians, check your vet every day. Every day. The holidays are hard. The demons scream. Don't give up. Back to you, Sue.
Excellent. And Mark, I'll pass it to you next with what's your message of hope to our veterans?
It is the Christmas season. It's also a Hanukkah season, and soon it'll be the Ramadan season. The veterans come from every faith and every religion and every belief. And, sometimes we think that the only time to give that year of the year is Christmas and holidays. And that's not true. Okay. Start giving on January 1st and don't stop giving until December 31st. Give. You have, I can't emphasize it enough of what these guys and gals have gone through all through the years. I'm a veteran. I saw things I shouldn't see. It's like a first responder, a nurse, and my wife's a nurse for 30 years, doctors. There's people on this earth that see things that you shouldn't see as a human being. You're not supposed to see these things as a human being, but you make choices, you volunteer, you do things. And I can tell you right now, guys, there is nobody getting rich signing up as a veteran. All right. It doesn't pay a CEO pay. All right. No one's getting rich signing up as a veteran. Nobody. All right. Maybe after 30 years, you get a pension, and then you have to fight for your money. And and that money does not cover what you've gone through, not even close. All right. So they get pennies on the day to help us survive. So if you ever have the opportunity, if you see a vet, don't just say thank you. Say, can I buy you lunch? Can I buy you dinner? Can I get you? It's like, a cup of coffee. Can I get you? Just think, when you're going to Starbucks and it costs you $7 for a cup of coffee, Come on, instead of that Danish, give it to a veteran. You know, just give. Just God damn it, just give. Thank you.
Excellent.
And yes, and I support a lot. I mean, I partner on the Mark TV collaborates with probably, I don't know, hundreds of people literally every single day. And Project Die Hard is one of my proudest and finest moments. And every day I think about Brian, I see his flyers, I comment on them. Go to Project Die Hard, go to their Facebook page, comment, chip in, go to his Facebook pages, notice what is on his flyers, read what's on the flyers, read it. He has a whole team that volunteered to put this together. Read the flyers, care about the flyers, care about what he's doing. Come to if you want to know how to meet him, come to On the Mark TV. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. Mark Balin. Come to my LinkedIn, come to my Facebook page, and say, hey, how can I help? And I'll direct you right to this group. Maureen, God bless.
Thank you so much, Mark. And again, Maureen, I'll give you the opportunity here as well. If you want to share a word of hope for our veterans, please.
I will never forget this day, because this is such a blessing to know that what this group does, and I just never realized it. I'm so proud to help get this message out, and I think that God willing gave us that live channel for Mark, and so that live on the Mark TV channel, we can do these 37 hours of live, and it'll be a blessing to give our time and support in any way we can. And
What she's telling you is she built a second channel. Like there's On the Mark TV 1 and there's On the Mark TV 2. So what happens? She built a live channel. So that's why I show the MMA fighting and the bare knuckle boxing. So I have a live channel that Maureen can stream into, and we could show the entire 37 hours on the Mark TV. It's not On the Mark TV, the main channel. I'm not affecting that channel. It's a second On the Mark TV.
Excellent.
But it's on the same network.
Beautiful. Oh my goodness. What a group we have here tonight. I am so thankful for each of you being here, all the great things that you are doing. And as far as for me, to our veterans, you're here for a reason. God's not done with you yet. Partner with us, be with us. What can we do with you? I can hardly wait for next week to see where we're at. We are here every Monday night. Join us, help you, and be back here again next Monday night, because like I said, we're here every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Central for all these updates. Until then, as always,